Summits can be really overwhelming. You're attending a lot of presentations, learning how to make new products, new marketing techniques, but how do you actually put all of this together to get more sales on Etsy? Sarah Wagner is a full-time Etsy seller in the top 1,800 Etsy shops worldwide, and she's made over $700,000 selling on Etsy. Sarah is offering access to Etsy strategy sessions just for you since you're attending the Go Digital on Etsy Summit. It includes hours of free group coaching, Q&As, strategy, and a whole lot more totally for free. Grab your access at sarahjwagner.com/Etsy Summit. You can manage all the moving parts of your digital product business in one place. Just use the Digital Product Business Planner spreadsheet. It includes 23 power-packed tabs to help you plan, track, and organize your business so you can focus on being successful. It's yours for free today at empoweredbusiness.co/Etsy Summit.
Hi everybody, my name is Carly and I am so excited to talk to you today about marketing specifically on Etsy. I have had an Etsy since 2015 and I have become a top 1% Etsy seller in the last few years. In addition to having a six-figure Etsy shop, I also am a certified magnetic coach. I help creative entrepreneurs create their dream business and dream life. And I am also the founder and CEO of Canopy, which is my software baby that I created really out of my own need. Canopy lets you pull in all of your orders across multiple platforms. I made it with Etsy sellers specifically in mind. It's 100% free and lets you manage your orders on the back end of your business. Let's dive into marketing on Etsy and what this means. So marketing on Etsy for free using targeted offers. So I say for free because it's not really free, but we'll talk about the breakdown of mine and really introduce you to targeted offers if you've never used them before. Then we're going to go through how to not waste money on ads, and then how I ran my ads in 2022, which was a $104,000 year. So let's just dive right into marketing. Marketing is one of those things that is required. 100% required for you to market in your business. Without marketing, it is a hobby. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with having a hobby. There's nothing wrong with having a hobby that is a business even. But knowing that if you're wanting to grow your business, marketing is required. And there are very, 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 very few things that I actually believe in business are required. So where and how you market is what you get to have flexibility with. And I want to say this first. I have made $100,000 on Etsy without any ads. And then I have also done it with ads. So you get to do this however you want to. I would never say that you have to have ads to own a business or run a successful business, but I am going to walk you through how they have really helped my business grow and allowed me to spend time elsewhere. So I want to start with targeted offers. I'm going to be showing you my results from Q1, which was January through the end of March of this year. So using these targeted offers, I got 50 orders, averaging $100 an order and resulting in over $5,000 in revenue. So if you're wanting to add revenue and you're not currently doing targeted offers, this is a really good way to start for free. We'll talk about the free thing in a minute. So what is a targeted offer and how do they work? Etsy will send these emails to eligible Etsy shoppers. And what makes somebody eligible is if they haven't opted out of receiving these emails. So Etsy will send these messages on your behalf. You don't have to do anything at all. And if you remember way back in the day, it's been many years now, but Etsy used to actually charge for this. It was like 10 cents every thank you message or every message that they sent. And now it is completely free for them to send this to people who are already really interested in your products. So let's start with the abandoned cart. I'm just going to go through what each of them is and how they contributed to the $5,000. So the abandoned cart is somebody who has left something in their cart after 24 hours. Etsy will send them an email with a coupon from your shop. So in this case, my cost or the coupon that I gave them was 10%. And so this cost me $220 and resulted in $2,209. There were 28 uses and 390 cents. Favorited items is what it sounds like when somebody favorites your item. Etsy will send an email 48 hours later giving them an offer. So again, this cost was 10%. So they would get a coupon for 10%, which cost me $69 or about $23 a month, resulting in about $229 a month. So I only had about 10 people use this, and it was, close to $700. So this one was fine. This was like what I would say like my worst of them. And this next one is the best. So thank you. This is the best for so many reasons. The thank you offers, I had 24 uses resulting in almost $3,000. They get these when something is marked shipped. And so this is for them to place another order. If you do samples, I recommend this. Even if you don't do samples, what's great about this offer is it gets you recurring customers. Recurring customers are more likely to be happy. They're more likely to have less questions. They're more likely to leave you 5-star reviews because they're ordering from you multiple times. And in terms of acquiring customers, it is more profitable to have recurring customers than to have to go out and acquire customers, because it takes time and effort to reach new people. And when people just keep coming to us, it doesn't necessarily take our time and effort. So I love this for so many reasons, but especially because this was only a $5 off coupon. So it was a $5 off coupon and they had to spend $40 in order to redeem it. So $5 off times 24 uses is $120 divided by the 3 months that this was run for, equals about $40 a month, and resulted in close to $1,000 a month in added revenue. So this is the breakdown total. I spent $409 and it made me $5,009. 3-month average is that it cost me $136 a month to run all 3 of these, and it made me about $1,676 a month. So what is the percent of that? It's about 8% of the sale. So do you have 8% in your margin to play with things like this? What's great about this is that you're not losing money until somebody buys. So unlike ads where you're paying cost per click when anybody clicks on it, and this goes for ads on Etsy and off of Etsy, you're paying when somebody interacts with it. This means you're only paying or losing money when somebody buys. So it's free to have these offers, and it's only cutting into your profit margin, not your expenses. My other favorite part about this is no email list building, which I love that for all of us. Of course, we get to have email lists and we get to utilize all of the tools that we want to, but Etsy makes this so easy. These emails are just sent to people and we don't have to do anything. I don't know about you, but I love adding things to my business that don't require me to actually do things in my business. So going back here for 1 minute on the 8%, I'm not guaranteeing that it's going to be 8%, but I wanted to show this as a representation of how much this is cutting into my profit margin. I have high profit margins, as we'll go through in the ad section. But if you want to try this, I would give it more than like a month, because it really did take a little bit of time for this to take off, and things are delayed. It literally sends stuff, 48 hours later, and then they might not use it immediately. So giving yourself some time to get used to this and, just keep an eye on it and see how it goes, which we will talk about with ads as well. So let's dive into my real 2022 Etsy ad results. But before we do, I want to tell you how to not waste money on ads, because ads are 100% not required. And I want you to take this away from this training. I am not telling you that you need to do ads. You don't need to do ads. If you want to do ads, this is a great way to extend your reach. But ads do not fix a bad listing. Ads are not a solution. Ads are an opportunity. And ads amplify what is already working. So ads alone are not a business strategy. They give you priority placement in searches. But if you're not showing up in search, you could be wasting your money. So 2022 is my first full year investing in ads on Etsy. And as I said before, they are not a solution. They are an opportunity. So if you're just getting started, I do not recommend ads. First, you should be looking at what is working, who you're selling to, figure out what doesn't work, what does work, and focus on showing up in searches, because as I said, it's giving you priority placement in searches. And if you're not showing up in searches, it's not actually going to help. So this is not a universal strategy, ads in general or anything. There's really no universal strategies. So understand this next part. I am operating the whole thing. I am operating under the assumption that you know what is best for you in your business and that you're aware of your profit margins and the amount of money that you have to play with. So let's dive in to my results. Last year, ads got me 1 million views almost 35,000 clicks, 966 orders, almost $50,000 in revenue, and I spent over $7,000 on ads. So let's break down each of these individually. One of the takeaways is that I have seen over and over again for myself is the more that you get, the more that you get. Getting these clicks, yes, I did have to pay for them, but it also has helped with organic traffic. So even though we're paying for the traffic and the clicks, it's telling Etsy that people like this listing. It's helping our shop and our listings show up in more searches because we're getting traction. So I love seeing a high amount of clicks. Ads resulted in about 47% of my revenue, which we will break down, and the average cost per click was 20 cents. 20 cents cost per click is very low compared to pretty much any other ads that you will run. So the cost per click means that anytime somebody clicked, it cost me 20 cents on average. You're only paying when somebody actually clicks on the item. So here's a breakdown of how much I spent versus how much I made. So my total revenue last year was $104,000 and I spent a little over $7,000 on ads. When you break it down this way, you can see how much more revenue I made than how much I spent on ads, because I think seeing $7,000 on ads, it is a lot of money. And I definitely recognize that not everybody has a $7,000 ad budget. And that is also completely fine. So let's break down that $7,000. The $7,000 is about $600 a month or about $20 a day. That's a pretty high ad budget. You definitely do not need a $20 a day ad budget to benefit from running ads. So the $104,000 that I made averaged about $8,695 a month. My highest month being $14,000. And there was a lot of mostly 10K months. And there's like at the end of the year, because I am a very seasonal business, was more like 5,000. And when you break that down further, it's averaging about $290 a day. But having the occasional $2,000 day was not unheard of. So this is how that $7,000 really breaks down. And yes, only 49,000 of that was from ads. But as I said before, I firmly believe that the more clicks and views we're getting, the more clicks and views we're going to get, whether those are paid or not. You're telling the Etsy algorithm like, hey, people really like this. People are clicking on it. People are buying it. And that contributes to the growth of your shop overall. So here are some important notes that I just have to make sure that you know before you run ads. I have a lot of room in my profit margin to spend this on ads. Know your profit margin and figure that out and see how much room you have to play before you start spending money on ads. Just throwing money at listings is not a strategy, and it's not something that I would recommend doing. I also did zero other marketing. I did not do any Instagram, any TikToks. I do have an email list, but I didn't utilize it at all last year. And so there was no marketing except for a few old pins. I love Pinterest for marketing. If you are going to market, Pinterest is my favorite because it continues to bring stuff over time, whereas like Instagram kind of dies after like a day. So I don't think I really pinned in 2022. If I did, it was like very minimal. And so what this means is that I am willing to spend money to spend zero time. When I started my business, I was not willing to spend money, but I was willing to spend a lot of time. Knowing where you fall on the spectrum is going to be helpful in deciding if ads are right for you and how much you want to spend on ads. To me, I was really happy to spend $7,000 on ads because it allowed me to grow another business to six figures. It allowed me to start Canopy. So it gave me the time to do other things. And time is our only non-renewable resource. And I value it very, very much. But as I said, when I started, I was very much doing everything I could to market for free. And one is not right or wrong or good or bad. This is simply the progression of my business. And I just want to acknowledge that marketing for free is a great opportunity. I'm to the point in my business where I'm doing less of that. So here is my exact ad strategy for you to see. I committed to doing ads for the entire year, and I never once turned them off. Is it bad to turn off ads? Absolutely not. This was just my strategy. Next, I will tell you what I recommend. But I didn't let one high day or one expensive day scare me, because there were days in there where I spent money and I maybe didn't really make any money. There have been in the last year very few like $0 days, but there are still days where maybe I spent $20 on ads and I only made $20, which is not great, but it averages out over time. And I think that this is where sometimes we look at the short term and get scared, but our business is a long-term strategy. I constantly kept an eye on them. And this is something that it sounds silly, but there's been multiple times when, especially when I was just playing with ads, where I would turn them on and then forget about them and blow money because I wasn't paying attention to what actually was working. And so this last year, I really made an effort to keep an eye on them, and I turned off any that were not working, that were wasting money, so that I could find that sweet spot, because not every single listing is going to be super profitable. And so noticing that return on investment that they show you on the side, the keywords that people are using, just really diving into all of the stats to make sure that you're making the best possible choices for you and your business. And I only turned on a few at a time. So this was my strategy. I'm not saying it is the right strategy. Some people will turn on all of their listings and see what sticks. That's fine. I chose to pick my best-selling listings because I know that they're already working in search. I know that something is right on those listings. And so I just wanted to put some money behind it to see if I could get even more of what was already working. So I typically would run like 3 to 7, but typically like 4 ads at a time. So here's what I would recommend if you are just getting started with ads, or if you've played with them and haven't really seen the results. Start small. You can start with $1, and Etsy will actually give you a limit. I think you have to start with $1, and then it will up your spending as you spend that budget. Etsy Plus, if you are using the subscription of Etsy, which is $10 a month, you get $5 of ad credit for free. So use it. I would just do $1 a day for 5 days to use that, because I don't think you can do less than $1 a day. But just start with using the money that you're already paying for. And I would pick, as I said, the most popular listings to start, so that because you know those listings are already working, you know that something is right there. Let's put some money behind it and see if we can just amplify what is already working. What's really nice is that Etsy is going to handle all of this for you, so you don't have to, say which one you want to market more. It's going to market them for you. All you have to do is pick the listings and pick the budget. If you pick $1 budget, it is going to spend that in the best possible way. I've had my budget set higher than what they actually spend, so I can't say this is true for every single category on Etsy, but typically I'm not spending my entire ad budget. So you might find that if you put it at $1, you only spend 80 cents, which is actually, I find really nice that they're not blowing our money, that they are using it to show up in searches and help us grow, but they're not just like nickel and diming us to blow our entire budget. So you might find that you are not spending your entire ad budget, and I find that to be a positive thing. And then the last one is schedule those regular check-ins so that you know how much money you're spending. As I said, it sounds crazy until it happens and you're looking at your ad budget and realize that you spent $30 this month and it wasn't working. So schedule those check-ins once a week, however often you want, so that you know and can identify what is working, what listings are making you the most money, what listings are costing you more than they're making you, so that you can adjust accordingly. So to recap, I want to come back to this slide. Ads are not required. Ads are not going to fix anything for you. They are an opportunity. I hope this was helpful in seeing the back end of what my ads really look like. I definitely can't guarantee that your ads are going to look like this, but I do want to show you the opportunity that exists right in front of us without any really work from us. Scaling my business has meant getting me out of it more and more so that I can do other more important things to help me grow, and ads has been a way to help me do that. If you want to learn more from me, I would love to help you. I have a jam-packed free resource for you called the Etsy Power Pack. There's a little bit more on ads in there. There are so many lessons on Etsy specifically, and then some of the mindset actionable things that I'm doing off of Etsy that has helped me grow and get to where I am now. I have made over $575,000 on Etsy. I know that the possibility and opportunity exists for everybody. Of course, not everybody is going to have that experience, but in this free resource, I give you so many things that I did, from setting my Etsy up for success, serving my clients, marketing, and then scaling. It's broken into those 4 parts, and it's meant to be done in that order because, as we learned here, we have to have the setup done first. Marketing is not necessarily a universal business strategy. If we don't have the systems, procedures, listings, everything set up to support us, marketing can actually be more problematic than not by doing things out of order. So if you would like to download this freebie, you can go to toucanco.com/free. It is a super long, very detailed ebook for you to dive in to immediately. Thank you so much for letting me talk to you about Etsy and marketing specifically on Etsy. I am excited for those of you who have never tried ads to try it for the first time, and I hope it goes well for you. Bye, everybody.